Onana's giving the ball away. Onana has literally gifted them a goal. I'm out of my depth here, boys. I'm out of my depth.
What did he say?
He's furious with me. I swear you can piss players off so easily, man. Varane hands in a transfer.
They ask you how you are, you just have to say that you're fine when you're not really fine.
I'm simultaneously surprised and annoyed, but also kind of impressed. Can there just be a season at Manchester United where there's peace?
So we don't have the capacity.
The border against me. Not even the border on my side.
Gotcha.
This ain't career mode, my G. We gotta adapt to a whole different world now.
Look at little Goblin Jr. Gonna cry?
Every time a new rant video or just like an exposing FIFA and EA video drops, I get all these comments, just play Football Manager. Just play Football Manager is so much better. Just play Football Manager. So, you know what? Today, I've taken the bait and we've bought Football Manager. And we're going to try it out, compare the two, and just see where Football Manager gets it right, where career mode and FIFA can add a few new features, and just compare them both. I know Football Manager is kind of like in its own realm. It's its own thing. And before you say I'm a Football Manager noob, before the Football Manager experts come for me, I just want to showcase to you my FM history. So my first Football Manager was 2016. You can see 94 hours played. Went straight to FM 18, which I only played 13 hours of. So there's a kind of gap there. And then I skipped 19 and 20 and played 25 hours of 21. And if you're a real one, you know I streamed this back on Twitch with my Sassuolo save. If you know, you know. And again, I've had another FM gap and I've bought FM 24. We're going to try it for the first time. Will FM 24 beat out the infamous Excel spreadsheet simulator allegations? Let's dive in and find out for ourselves. So what I've done is I've downloaded some skins, which just changes the entire like layout and menu. I've downloaded all the badges, the player faces, the kits, everything. Pretty much every team is in the game. I wanted to have the most authentic Football Manager experience possible. This is the FM24 experience. We're just going to start a new game. We're just going to jump straight into it and see where does it differ from the jump. And as soon as you press start a new game, you can already see. Obviously got the career manager mode. You've also got create a club, which was in FM before it ever came back to FIFA, by the way. So that's just something to think about. Need I say more? You've got online career mode. So if I wanted to get people in the chat involved, if I just wanted to play with friends, I could host an online game and play with friends and Football Manager players around the world. So just randoms. You could link up with friends, randoms, just have an online career mode, which we've been begging for in FIFA for like over a decade now. And it's been in other EA titles like Madden. Online career mode is just such a basic concept and EA refused to add it in. We've also got some other modes. So it's not just manage a career. It's not just create a club. We've also got fantasy draft, which you can build the team of your dreams and go head to head against your friends for the ultimate supremacy. Challenge your friends in the versus mode. You can 1v1 someone on Football Manager. So what I want to do is I want to explore the epitome of Football Manager, which is just manage a career, local, one player, offline. We're going to explore how much different it is from career mode. I've got all the teams, all the badges, or literally everything from down to the 5th tier, which isn't in FC. Vanarama National. You can go even further down to the Vanarama North, Vanarama South. It is all there. We could go to nations that, or leagues that aren't even in FC. Let's see. We've got Asia, we've got Australia, China, India, Indonesia, Malaysia. So you've pretty much got way more teams, way more leagues to play with from the jump. It just opens up the playing field, really. There's so much more replayability, just variety, I guess. You could start from the bottom. You could literally just be an international manager. If I just wanted to manage Bulgaria and not focus on anything else, that's an option. You can be a club and international manager at the same time. Okay, I like it. You can start on You could start as a manager free agent. Maybe that's what we should. Maybe we should just start and see what offers we get. I just want to do club manager for now. We'll experiment and have fun with the other ones later. Choose which game mode you'd like to add to your career game setup. You can do original, real world, or your world. Recommended if you prefer to play FM in the traditional manner, which right now, for the purposes of this video and experiment, I want to play in the traditional manner. My PC can handle it. Surely my PC can handle every league in the game. I literally just dropped 5k on a new PC. So let's just try load up every single league in the game. They have the Hungary, bro. They literally have the Gibraltar League. Whatever country you're from, your league is in the game. With the whole manager experience in Football Manager, obviously a crucial part of it is having your manager. And what you do basically is create new profiles and have like different presets available. I'm just gonna click what I already made off stream for now, but you have actually stats like what manager you pick and how you customize yourself is kind of like a player. Like you've got your own attributes, your own strengths and weaknesses. I find it like just adds an extra element to the game because there's so much more more replayability. There's even more customization options. You can add like an eye patch. You can have a hearing aid. I've got a hearing aid in. I've got a watch. I've tried to mimic what I look like in real life, and that beard looks about as patchy as mine, so it's realistic. It's realistic. Pick your favorite team, your experience level. Here is where you can choose not only your managerial style, but how much experience you have. So you've got your coaching badges, have a National C license, which is the lowest tier. You could start off with that, or because I want to manage at United to start off, I can have my Continental Pro. I'm a Sunday League footballer. Like, if I wanted to make this realistic, I was a Sunday League footballer, so that was my past playing experience. Obviously, I had it on, I don't know what I had it on, professional footballer, which I was nowhere near reaching, nor did I want to reach. Oh, but it changes my attributes. Okay, I appreciate that detail, but for the sake of having better attributes, let me just be a professional footballer. I can lie in game, alright? They're not going to fact check me. I can spread as much misinformation as possible. This game is 100% better than EAFC, mate. We're dipping our feet in the water. We haven't even taken the dive in the pool yet. Basically, from a FIFA career mode point of view, this is what I'm impressed with so far, and which they added in. We can have different managerial style focuses. So you can just have the default one. Defaults everything, kind of balances every single stat. And then you've got, you want to be a disciplinarian, a motivator, which I've selected. I've got 20 motivating. If my players aren't inspired by that halftime team talk, there's going to be a problem. You can focus on youth development. If you want to, you know, rise up the next ballers or Ballon d'Or wonder kids, a master of youngster knowledge, 20 youngster knowledge. You can be knowledgeable, which, you know, for the sake of realism, I'm not going to put. You can be a tactician. You can be a taskmaster, which I assume that's got something to do with better training. But now, I'm just going to be a motivator. I honestly don't know what the best style is, like what the actual meta is, but we're going to find that out today. That's what I mean, where it adds so much more replayability, because you could customize your whole experience. You know, be the coach or be the manager you want to be. It makes your manager feel like an actual important player, not just a cosmetic skin. You just get thrown straight into the mixer. Here, Manchester United hire BCHD. You love to see it. We've got a £6 million transfer budget. What? No. What are the Glazers like? They run out of money. The layers of depth. We haven't even got into the game, and I'm already feeling overwhelmed. There are things they add every single year which I haven't kept up to date with, so I'm gonna try my best. Me and Steve McLaren, I met him down the pub, and now we're gonna make our own custom tactic, which is where Football Manager really shines. You thought tactical vision in FC24 was the epitome of tactics. Look how many more you've got to choose from here. We've got controlled possession, Gegenpress, tiki-taka, vertical tiki-taka, wing play, route one, fluid counter-attack, direct counter-attack, catenaccio, park the bus, and then we can just create our own style. Going with the 4-2-3-1. Oh my god, they've actually got the real life injuries in the game. Maybe that's the setting I picked, but we've got Malacia. I was going to start him at left back. Our boy's out for 5 months, so I guess we're stuck with Luke Shaw. See, this is where it's a little bit more complicated. Like, I wish it was just an add to transfer list, add to loan list. I don't want to get involved with the agent. Now, I forgot how in-depth Football Manager was. I think I'm out of my depth here, boys. I'm out of my depth. Tactic is set. A couple of players out on international duty, but that is how the team is looking. We can literally customize our whole mindset around set pieces, which is just a lovely touch. I remember this actually wasn't in the last FM I played. FM21, this set piece strategy wasn't in the game, so this is new. You've got routines, you've got different scenarios you can plan for. It's just so much more in depth, which is obviously the whole point of Football Manager. You can be very specific with what you want. And let me delegate some of this to the assistant coach. Eric Ramsey can take control of this. He can adjust where he sees fit. So not everything is in my control. I can offload tasks. I can outsource to other people on the team. That's the whole reason. That's the whole point of having my staff there. Oh my god, who remembers this guy? Jesus, mate. Steve McLaren, Tom Huddlestone. Who's next? He's only 36 as well. Tom Huddlestone is our under-21s coach. You have to focus on other sides of players' games. So not just their football ability, tactical knowledge, but their language. We're teaching Casemiro English. That's my #1 priority. Another feature in FM that lets you get to know your squad a little bit more. You've got squad dynamics, the team cohesion, the club atmosphere, the vibe, all in a nutshell. Gives you a better understanding of what's going on, like the team tree, the team leaders being Rashford, Fernandes, and Johnny Evans. Highly influential players. They've got their own little category. Core social groups. Who's buddy with who? We received a positive reaction. No one's pissed off with me, so at least I'm doing half of my job. You can see the club atmosphere right now is very good, which is the way I want to keep it. You can track individual players' happiness. So the Youth Academy basically called the Development Center, where you can see your current players loaned out, under 21s, under 18s, youth candidates, your youth staff. So the game already suggests to you the best first team candidates to promote. Steve McLaren reckons that Amad Diallo could be slightly better than Bruno Fernandes. We'll let him cook and see what happens. Kobe Mainoo could become a star player and potentially as good as Casemiro. I like these little side comments, these little suggestions. You can demote him to the under-18s, or you can move him to the senior squad. Our under-21 squad currently looking a little bit like this. Reece Bennett is another one that's up and coming, and you can see all the players have photos, 2D mini faces. We've got the current club vision. What I like about this is that you've not only got expectations from the board, like you do in career mode, like the board objectives they give you every season, you've also got the supporters and what the fans are expecting of you, which was an old feature back in the day on FIFA career mode. Another thing FM does right, another tick in FM's book, it's not just the old club finances, it's not just the old transfer budget. You've got so many other areas to think about, like sponsors, all these financial spreadsheets, which I wish I understood. We've only got 6 million, but maybe I can make a board request and see what happens. Increase transfer budget. The board will get back to me. So maybe if I request some funds, like you could do back in the day on FIFA, we might get lucky. Oh, okay. Here is where we get different types of roles we assign players. We kind of have this with development plans in career mode, but this is just more what you expect of them on the pitch. So we've got ball playing defender, libero, central defender. Your right back can be more attacking if you want. I want Dalot to be an inverted wing back. You can get in detailed with it. Really tinker around with the tactics, the squad roles, the player roles. Get the team playing how you want to play. Endrick has already accepted a so they've got him. They've already got Endrick moving to Real Madrid programmed in the game. FM tries to strive on realism and they're doing a good job of it. Thanks to United having excellent training facilities, we also have our coaching staff, 21 coaching staff already. It'll get done behind the scenes for us, and that's what they're there for. Player training ratings. You've got training performances. So apparently Donny van der Beek and Anthony are killing it up here with a 7.1, and Kobe Mano, Hannibal, and Tom Heaton dropping stinkers in training. You've got training units. You've got you can sort them out: attacking, defensive, goalkeeping. Training plan for Sancho. What I want to do: additional focus, and we'll give him some endurance training coupled with his work rate and stamina. It's gonna get improved and worked upon. Let's give Anthony a bit more attacking movement. Kobe Mano, let's focus on defensive positioning. Onana, let's focus on saving. You've got the medical center and their risk assessment of your players. It's not just the injury prone players that are most likely to be injured. It's the players that you're probably overworking, overtraining, overplaying. I just love the more in-depth like squad profiles. Like whatever club in the world, you click on a team, you get their current status, you got the ratings for all their facilities, reputation, their current. You can see other teams' bank balances and transfer budgets. You can see how they're doing, their current form, the captains, the manager, which in FM, the managers do get sacked. Like, they do switch around and get hired and retire. You've got the entire job center. You can see vacancies in certain clubs, like QPR right now are looking for a director of football. Portsmouth need a technical director. Should we take over Chile's under 20s? They need a manager right now. They're struggling. These aren't really job offers. They're just job openings in the current footballing world. And you can see the list goes on and on and on. Ibar need a physio, boys. Should we put our hands up? Clubs without a manager right now. Chapecoense, they're currently very insecure with their manager. I thought it was going to say my job was insecure. Okay, I'm stable. So this is the press conference in Football Manager. You don't get the fancy little cutscene. You don't get the manager walking in. Surely the questions should make sense. Like, I don't know, compared to career mode, you can pick how you want to respond or like what body language you're giving off. So I want to smile warmly. I'm very proud. When you do have your press conferences, in career mode, you kind of don't really know who you're talking to. It's just you're talking into the void. Here, you've got real life journalists in the actual game. So you've got people from TalkSport, The Athletic, One Football, Sky Sports News. You can have a relationship with the media, which I want to stay out of. I don't want any accusations thrown my way. This is kind of your look into the match day experience. This is actually improved from FM21, but we're currently playing our senior team versus like the academy. So there's an intra-club friendly, kind of a little cutscene. Obviously the graphics aren't on par with FIFA. We'll just see the general match day experience. You've got the lineups. Football Manager didn't remove that like EA did. So many in-depth stats. You can just have the match stats right here. You can have the home team stats if you want. Shot accuracy, analysis about the game, around the grounds, other results going on. So it's a very much more detailed match day experience. Encourage the entire team. You can shout from the sideline. Varane wants to discuss personal matters. My client is unhappy because I blocked his transfer. You want to move to Saudi already? What? Bro, I'm causing all sorts of issues in this United team. Why do you want to leave? He's furious with me. Bro, I swear you can piss players off so easily, man. Varane hands in a transfer. Can I just have can there just be a season at Manchester United where there's peace? Can we establish some sort of harmony within the team? Or does there need to be drama every single season at United? Shaw's on holiday. Can I just get everyone back from holiday? Like, party time's over. Get off your boat in Magaluf or wherever you are and come back. So BCHD needs you for these friendlies, alright? What has Luke Shaw done to deserve a holiday? Boylan's injured. He's on holiday. He's clubbing in Greece. He's on the Italian coast. Match facts on the the left here, your players down the bottom. You can shout from the touchline and encourage the entire team. You can change your mentality. Like in every football game, you can change your tactics mid-game. I want to demand more. It's the classic FM meme. Demand more. Okay, so the gameplay, look, the graphics aren't up there with the EA Sports. It's not next-gen graphics. This is the best you're going to get. When you get all the other in-depth details and like the tactics, when you take everything else into consideration, the matchday experience is probably the only thing that's lacking. The only thing that FIFA does better is that the player can actually control and play with his players. But other than that, Football Manager does everything else probably 1,000 times better than EA. I want to fire up the entire team. You can shout from the touchline. You can command orders. Sancho getting paid thousands a week and he can't score a simple tap in. He's been blocked. The border against me. Not even the border on my side. The board have blocked the transfer of Paolo Maldini as they feel the club does not need another technical director. This is something that doesn't happen in career mode. Players just, they don't get sick. It's not an injury. Wan-Bissaka's got food poisoning. The club has chefs for a reason. What's Wan-Bissaka doing eating some poison food? He's going to be out for a week. Just the things that this game throws at you, man. I'm simultaneously surprised and annoyed, but also kind of impressed. In FM, it's got a bit more of that retro FIFA vibe. It's pretty much just all text-based. Got your promises. So not only do you have to negotiate your contract with the player, you've also got to sort out promises and certain like expectations. We had an offer accepted for Yamal, but he's just not interested. He doesn't feel that joining Man United is the right move to continue his development. So you get different kind of reasonings to why players don't want to leave. This ain't career mode, my G. We got to adapt to a whole different world now. We're just doing installments, bro. We're installments FC. It's only allowing us to sign in for the next transfer window. So another feature, you can activate the transfer for the next transfer window. So next summer, oh, I need to qualify for a work permit. There's so many like little things you have to keep in mind. Who the hell's thinking about a work permit when you're signing a player? Like FM, bro, thinks about everything. Every detail is covered. Like if you were to manage Athletic Bilbao, you have that transfer strategy. You cannot sign players that aren't Basque. There are a lot of transfer policies that are in the game. Club registration, you can only have a certain number of homegrown players trained in the country. You have to have a maximum squad size. Oh, under 21 don't. Oh, they don't need to be registered. Big brain moves, people. Big brain moves. Thank you, chat. Yes, we got past the final boss. The squad registration. Look, I'm a career mode player at heart. I've got a short attention span. We're going to make our changes to the first team starting 11. This is like the pre-match. This is the suggestions we've got from our assistant manager to change positive to attacking. Opposition instructions, I want that to be applied. And then we can just continue on into our team selection, which we've got Sancho and Shaw have a good connection. Martinez and Varane have a good connection. The chemistry is there. There's your lineup at Old Trafford. Yeah, that's another thing. Obviously, EA have got all the licenses for the stadiums. This is just a generic Old Trafford. Oh, here we go. First highlight already. Ericsson swings the ball in. Wan-Bissaka from the corner. Wan-Bissaka charging into the box. Wan-Bissaka taken down. Oh, we got VAR. Penalty awarded. Okay, VAR is in FM24. Bruno Fernandes from the spot makes no mistake, and VAR is on our side, baby. The next FM's graphics will be much better, moving to Unreal Engine. Yeah, well, look, the only way is up for FM, and oh, Luke Shaw from left back, Wan-Bissaka with the assist. Wan-Bissaka's been involved in everything. Rashford advanced forward. Oh, yeah, true, you're right. Amrabat ball over the top. Marcus Rashford in on goal. We changed him to the advanced forward. Anthony was getting hate. There was like another element to like just watching it back and seeing everything you've done behind the scenes, like put into practice and see it like in play. The new FM update hit 10. No wonder why Everton are in the relegation zone. They've already been deducted their 10 points. So another slice of realism that FM likes to apply with every update. There's another dub for FM right there. Ooh, Varane. Okay. The man who submitted a transfer request. Advanced forward Rashford takes on the whole team. Slots it through to Bruno. I do love a VAR intervene. Are they gonna... Goal disallowed. Wan-Bissaka cross inside. Sancho with a head. Sancho scores a header. I've seen it all now. Looks like 3 wins on the trot. No goals conceded. Have I just mastered FM? Should I be an FM connoisseur now? Data Hub. Okay, this is a new one. So the Data Hub is just a place to get more analytics and just more in-depth stats about your team. Ratios, you're getting goals conceded per game, shots per game. It's all being kept track for you in this Data Hub. Team performance, their XG, the analysis report. You've got your key findings here. So even if you're not bothered to go through everything and go through all the tabs and every single minute detail, we've got the key findings here. Team defending, we're performing well above average in defensive statistics. Only conceded 1 goal this season. You can see what you need to improve on. For example, our match passes. We didn't complete many in the last game, so we might need to work on that in training. Gives you a lot of information to work with. Here's another feature I want to cover. So in previous FIFAs, I think it was on the PSP, back in FIFA 11, you could view live cup draws, whether it was the FA Cup, Carabao Cup, Champions League, and that's exactly what you can do in FM right here. So we haven't got the real life group stage draws. It actually isn't licensed in FM, but I've got, you know, mods, skin packs to work around. So we've got the live draw unfolding before us. You can adjust the speed. You could just skip the entire thing, or you can watch it play out in general, whatever you want to do, but I'm just going to quickly advance through it all. So that is the completed Champions League draw. Once deadline day is upon us, you get the option right here to participate, or you can just decline in general. So if you don't want the drama, you can decline deadline day, but I want to take part in deadline day and see the experience, the whole kind of atmosphere changes. You get this deadline day tab, and you've got all the current dealings. You've got today's top stories. Real Madrid want Varane back on loan, but you've got live transfers going down. You've got 15-hour countdown instead of 10 on career mode. You get to see when players get released, actually. So look, Andre Gomez released by Everton. Gillespie, Bettinelli released by Chelsea. That's another thing you don't really get to see. Something that doesn't get reported on in career mode. You know we're down bad in the financial department when you don't have enough funds to complete a free transfer. Ooh, last minute winner. Fergie time. Fergie time, Varane. This Eriksen Varane little connection from the set pieces is working to perfection. And let's hold on to these 3 points with 5 minutes remaining. Onana's given the ball away. Onana has literally gifted them a goal. I've been FM'd, boys. What are you doing, Onana? Just clear the ball, brother. Another fun feature you can do is just go on holiday. I'm off to Barbados for the rest of the season, boys. Go on holidays indefinitely. Or we could set a time, June 10, 2024. Let the simulation commence. Let FM work its magic. Maybe this is FM's one of a few L's, is that the simulation, well, when you go on holiday, it just takes so long to load. I haven't even loaded that many saved leagues into my save right now, and it's... yeah, we're still in October here, and it's been about 15 minutes. I guess that's what happens when you got so many more features, so many more intricate details in the game. 6-1 against Sevilla, 4-1 against Luton. Am I a genius? Was I the chosen one? Should I just pack my bags and tell Ten Hag to get out? Oh, that's another feature I like about FM. You can continue your save on different devices. If I had Steam installed on my laptop, on my MacBook, I could continue this Man United save on my laptop and have it on the go with me. So that's another W for FM. Bring it with you whenever you travel. Again, the W's keep coming. Now, another very popular feature that FM has to boast about is that every March in your save, you get something, a little something called the Youth Intake, which is waiting for you in your development center. And it's basically where you get gifted all these young talented players, your youth candidates that you can either promote to the senior team or assign to your under 18s, your under 21s, your under 19s. And right here, you've got the report waiting for you. We have our 2024 youth candidates report given to us. All right, our youth intake is a 3.5 stars. The candidates report, you've got the elite talents, the top talents, the good talents, and then the decent talents. So you only get the best of the bunch. Straight up at the elite category, Diego Hinks. He's an Englishman, homegrown player, central defender, current ability of 1.5, useful for the senior team, and he has a superb rating for the senior team of potential future star player. Let's take a look. 16 years of age. Obviously, they're going to have the youth generated faces. The reports you get about players and just the in-depth scouting you get, you can clearly see that he's performed well in training lately. He has good timing. He's a homegrown at the club. He can play in a couple of positions. He's good in the air. You get more of a background info check. Because in this game, there's no overalls. There's no potentials. It's just all the stars. You see attributes. It's just a completely different system. It's not out of 100. It's out of 20. There's no stars for the weak foot. It's like very strong or fairly strong. It's just a whole different operating system on how to judge players. So there's a lot to wrap your head around. I'm not going to lie. So when we've ended the season, we've gone on holiday. The assistant manager basically carried us to glory. We did start off pretty well. Kind of all started collapsing in on itself during November and December. Kind of struggled in January, February, couldn't string a decent run of results together. Knocked out of the Champions League to Atletico Madrid in the round of 16, so that was tough. Sitting in 6th with the Europa League qualification. Liverpool walk away with the title, 91 points. Gets the top goal scorer. Bruno came close with 21 though, 22 goals for Erling. The most player of the matches, which is a decent stat to take track of. 8 for Haaland, 8 for Salah, 6 for Eriksen. Manager of the year was Unai Emery at Villa, so BCHD misses out on that. Where did I rank actually? Yeah, it's another thing that FM does. It keeps like a backlog of all the real life records, like most points in the season, 100, Man City 17, 18. So it's got a lot of stats it takes track of. Oh, Højlund came back from injury and found himself 20 miracles. There you go. So this is kind of the squad hub. They're our top performers. Bruno with 24 goals and 7 assists. If you go into a player, let's just say Bruno, his career stats, you can see all of his stats from real life. So from previous seasons when he first joined United, 14 goals and 8 assists, 18 goals, his best ever season, the 2021 campaign, all of his stats dating back to his time in Italy. Mason Greenwood scored 9 goals and 1 assist in La Liga for Getafe. How have the squad dynamics changed? It's still good. The club atmosphere is still good. Our managerial support is average. Harry Maguire is asking to leave. Varane's concerned. We've still got that player drama you all know and love. Towards the end of the season, Shaw and Sancho lost their green connection, and then Anthony and Wan-Bissaka started to develop a decent one. Eriksen and Casemiro, they have played fairly poorly when paired and are not a good partnership. Okay, so not all lines mean the same thing. Varane, despite not getting into the Premier League Team of the Year, somehow ends up in the real Team of the Year, so make that make sense. In the end of season review, but I unfortunately simulated past it, so won't be able to look at that, but you can see your best 11, the highs and lows of the season, just a general overview. Nice little recap of the season, if you will. I like how you get like a manager profile as well. Like it gives you a little bit of a character behind you. You can see your actual attributes and how you're developing, or your relationships with the players, or the trophies you've won, or the personal accolades, which we didn't manage to win any this season, but I'm sure there was more in the future. Oh, you can import a logo. Oh, this is already 10 times better. This is already, you can put it in the game files. You can change your stadium name. You can change your city. Game generated logo, which is only 14. So you might as well just create your own logo on Photoshop. Let's just do that. Okay, that's my own logo. It's an emoji of a chart, but you get the idea. You get the picture. The kit customization and the templates aren't really there. You can have a goalkeeper home, away kit, and third kit. All that's missing there is a fourth kit, and this would be the complete package. You can actually import your own 2D and 3D kits using FM Kit Basher. Well, okay, it automatically wins. It's just too good. It's just too good. They've thought of everything. And our online career, I think that's a whole different beast. It deserves its own video in itself. Should I play around with it more? Should I start an online career mode? Should I do a fantasy draft with the chat? What else would impress me? What other suggestions do you have for a die-hard FIFA career mode enjoyer willing to explore and find other football simulation experiences? I've got to say I'm impressed. I've definitely got to give it at least an 8 or a 9 out of 10. It is blown FIFA out of the water. If I was to even compare the two, it's like apples and oranges. FM's in its own little stratosphere, in its own little universe. I'm running out of words to describe it because there is so much more I didn't even cover. It would probably take a whole nother video. Just shows how far ahead this game is when it comes to every other sports game on the market. In summary, FM is more difficult to get into for the casual football gamer, but once you get hooked, you're sucked into your own saved world, you're fully immersed, and it becomes a healthy, sometimes unhealthy addiction. Missing classes or work, wearing suits to cup finals, late night play sessions. It's attracted a player base that's full of hardcore fanatics, obsessed about football, and even pro players proudly come out and deliver their praises for the game publicly. Most notably, Griezmann and Gundogan off the top of my head, which you can't really say about career mode. Besides Douglas Luiz streaming it recently, all the players are usually Ultimate Team focused and never show any love to the offline modes. In conclusion, this football simulation masterpiece has had a digital and tangible impact on the sport. My god, even football clubs and real life managers use it as a tool to help them scout, and we've got to give the developers and creators their flowers. They've got to be commended for it. The Football Manager franchise is really just something else. Waiting for the end of the season, which is taking forever. It's draining me. It's draining my soul.